I'm the Irish Guy, and yes, welcome to my Christmas edition of my permanent prediction series, where I go head-to-head with other YouTubers. And yes, after we successfully got our revenge on Luke Pingu by sentencing him to second bottom of the league, but today, on our mission to see if anyone can overtake Anfield Agenda at the top, here comes Thogdad down your chimney.
Right, I'm waiting for a phone call from my lawyer, Dan Perry. Oh, wait a minute, where's my phone? Oh, there we go.
Is he wearing pajamas?
Hello, is that Dan Perry? Yes. Well, I've got a problem, you see. There's this bloke on the YouTube. Yeah, he's come up with an idea. Premier League predictions. I don't think is very original. And yeah, exactly. Has different guests on every week, certain points for getting things right.
Oh no, I've been rumbled.
Exactly. I'm sure it has been done before. He needs a legal letter.
Am I really going to jail for plagiarizing the Thogdad family? Imagine that, sitting in a dirty prison cell, surrounded by thieves, cannibals, and friends of chunks, and they ask what I'm in for, and I have to tell them, I copied Thogdad.
It's the Irish Guy, Scarf House, Blarney. Send him a letter, let's screw him for all he's got.
I'm sorry, this man has tried to buy all-time athletic in the past. In other words, he would have been Paul Scholes' boss. So this really would be like a millionaire swiping a sandwich from a homeless man. Okay, come on, Thogdad, can we have your predictions now?
When I think of Ireland, I think of the acting brilliance of Liam Neeson and Colin Farrell.
What?
I think of the genius of Oscar Wilde, the novels of James Joyce, the poetry of Seamus Heaney.
I'm confused.
I think of the haunting melodies of Enya and the brilliance of Sinead O'Connor. But above all, when I think of Ireland...
Has he wrote me a poem?
There's a guy I watch on my screen every week. He's handsome.
Thogdad, I'll have you know that I am happily married to this roll of toilet paper. Her name is Maureen. Yeah, I just told them.
He's funny, he's banterous. I'm talking about Graham Norton, of course. Oh no, how embarrassing. You thought I was thinking about you, the Irish guy. No, I was thinking about Graham Norton.
I wouldn't admit that to Thog Mum.
I don't really watch the Irish guy anymore.
Well, that's my Christmas ruined.
Oh my goodness, I nearly forgot the forfeit. So if I win the league this season, your forfeit, you're gonna get in a car in London with my son.
Oh, lads. I told this man to go with the craziest forfeit he wanted. And he's telling me to get in a car with his son, as if that's some massive chore.
You're going to drive all the way up the M1 and M6, all the way to Fleetwood. Then you're going to get on a car ferry to Dublin. Then you're going to drive from Dublin to your house in Blarney.
But I don't have a house in Blarney. So are we just supposed to rock up at some old woman's cottage and ask her to let us in?
And all the way, you've got to listen to my son Theo's terrible music and listen to his terrible jokes. And when you get to Blarney, you're going to go all the way back to Dublin, to Fleetwood, and back to London, listening to my son's jokes and music.
This is just a roast of his own son.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. It's a horrible thing to have to do with you.
Does he secretly hate his child? Honestly, if we zoom in on Theo's cute little stocking, I would not be totally shocked to see the outline of adoption papers. Is that it? A car ride with your son? Well, come on then, show me your predictions. Right, let's go. Man City versus Everton.
Man City without Rodri is like Morecambe without Wise. It's like Laurel without Hardy.
Can we get a pop culture reference from this century, Thogdad? I'm not sure my audience actually remembers watching comedians on the black and white telly. What next? Are you gonna admit that you once sent Valentine's cards to Marilyn Monroe? Honestly, in a few minutes now, he's gonna tell us about the time he bunked off school to go watch the first King Kong.
It's like HITC Sport without the Irish guy.
Oh, are you beefing the ginger bloke who replaced me months ago?
Is that too soon? I think not.
It's official, okay? We've just uncovered a beef existing in the confines of my leaderboard. Thogdad versus the remains of HITC. I mean, the channel which must not be named.
You know what? Man City are a massive club.
Look, Man City have been a magnificent football team for years now, but I don't think I've ever heard anyone describe them as a massive club. I mean, it took until 2010 for South Americans to realize they were a thing, but then again, maybe they are massive to Bolton fans.
They're going to win this one 2-0 with goals from Haaland and Foden.
Look, I'm going to go wild here. For the last few weeks, I've just been saying that Man City will get back on track any minute now, but I'm sorry. Wake up, Irish guy. Wake up. Wait, why am I slapping myself? Yes, just stop puking verbal vomit out of your mouth, because face it, that is 9 defeats in 12. We have entered a period now where Man City's confidence is so low that even basic, easy, simple routine wins are beyond them now. Honestly, this is like watching when half the NBA had their powers robbed by the monsters in Space Jam. It's like the Man City squad have had a Freaky Friday body swap with Wigan. So yeah, I'm gonna go for an incredibly frustrating 1-1 draw. Erling Haaland and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Just a horribly ugly and incredibly frustrating 1 point. Something which is gonna ruin Pep's Christmas, and even more than if he was to flick through his daughter's phone and find a dodgy text from Dele Alli. Newcastle versus Aston Villa.
This is going to be Newcastle 2, Aston Villa 1. Goals from Isaac, and Duran.
Oh, interesting. Is that now how he says players will score a brace? Just say their name twice? Good job he didn't predict that particular Villa player to get a brace. Or otherwise, I would think he's making another dated pop culture reference. But look, I also think this will be a 2-1 win for Newcastle. Goals for the Magpies from Alexander Isak and the incredibly informed Jacob Murphy, who is going through that insane purple patch which possessed Miggy Almiron after Jack Grealish slagged him off. And I hate myself for saying this. I'm pretty sure my wife is now going to make me sleep on the couch, but... yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna do what I think is the most annoying prediction in the world, and yeah, back Morgan Rogers to score. I can already taste sick in my mouth, but that might just be because I've eaten yogurt out of the sink. Nottingham Forest versus Tottenham.
Nottingham Forest in a Champions League place. They are riding high, whereas Spurs, they're going down faster than HIT Sport without the Irish guy.
Wow. Oh, that poor guy.
Oh my God, he's done it again. How much of this will survive the cut?
Lads, I'm telling you, are we creating an out-of-pocket beef? Are you gonna take this Jack from HITC? Lads, let's organize HITC versus Thogdad on the next Misfits boxing card.
Forest 2, Spurs 2. Goals from Elanga, Wood, Maddison and Sonny.
I don't know why, but he delivered that last line like a weatherman. But look, do you know what's really freaky? I always map out my predictions before hearing the guess. And yeah, I also plumped for a 2-2 draw in this one. Crazy. Do me and Thogdad have the same brain? Is that what my son would look like? I think it'll be a pretty wacky back and forth, entertaining draw. Goals from James Maddison, Dejan Kulusevski, Chris Wood, and randomly, Brazil centre-back Murilo will smack in a wonder goal from 30 yards. Chelsea versus Fulham.
Oh my goodness, I seem to have a bit of a problem. I've got to the 5th game of this predictions and I've run out of roasts for the Irish guy. I mean, I've done the scarf thing, I've done the HITC sport thing, and I'm going to have to call Theo and ask him if he's got any good roasts. Oh, it's that old-fashioned ringtone again. Hello, Theo. Yeah, okay, you're down the field. Give the kid his goalkeeping glove back.
Oh, this is good. Oh, well done. For anyone who needs context, yeah, didn't Thogden steal a child's glove? It sounds actually very dodgy when you say it like that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he is, but no, I wouldn't use that term.
Come on, Thogdad. I know there's no one on the end of that phone.
Yeah, stick to the scarf thing. All right, thanks, Theo.
I'm pretty sure your son is in the kitchen. Is the Thogden family that rich that you all ring each other in different rooms?
Got a roast Irish guy. Got up to the Chelsea Fulham. No, he didn't. No, he did predictions. 15th? He thought Chelsea would come 15th. And they're like second in the table. 15th, mate. You thought Chelsea would come 15th in the table. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I said that Chelsea would finish 15th. Yes, I'll hold my hands up. Yeah, possibly my worst prediction of all time. And yes, okay, I get it. Okay, I know. I do now look like I've got the intelligence of actual seaweed. But how was I to know that Enzo Maresca would rip up the Prem in his debut season? But yeah, okay, I do deserve this roast. Actually, even more than that, I wouldn't be totally surprised if you chose to spit in my eye.
Gonna be Chelsea 2, Fulham 1. Goals are gonna come from Palmer, Jackson, Jimenez.
This has to be the poshest derby in the world. And as why does Chelsea vs Fulham always seem to take place a couple of days after Christmas? West London is the swankiest place to live in England, so yeah. Is this just an excuse for Chelsea and Fulham fans to get together and compare the Gucci gifts they got of Santa Claus, wearing their new cashmere jumpers to the match? Well yeah, just like last season, I'm gonna go for a 1-0 Chelsea win, Palmer. Southampton versus West Ham.
Southampton against West Ham United, and the only thing that's been worse than Southampton's football this season has been the Irish guy's interview with Shay Given.
Play the clip.
You have the ability to crush my life right now, okay? Because I believe something for 20 years. I have believed something. I have fell out with
This
family.
could be anything, this.
I have fell out with family, friends, everyone, even my dog. Alright, I'm laying awake at night thinking, is this real? Yeah, I know it's nervous in here, it's tense, I can sense the atmosphere. You have the ability now to ruin my life in 2 words, alright?
And Granny, if you are watching this, please can I borrow 2 knitting needles so that I can put them in my eyes rather than watch that interview one more time.
Come on, it wasn't that bad. It's not like I asked Shay if I could sniff his underwear. I just told him that I had a present for him in my pocket. Oh, no, it's weird. It is weird. It was awkward. I mean, the grumpy producers in the room looked like they just realised there was a cannibal sitting on their couch.
This is going to be Southampton 1. That goal is coming from Adam Armstrong. West Ham 2. It's going to be Bowen and Kudus.
I'm sorry, what? Kudus? Kudus? Surely it is Kudus. He's not one of the aliens off The Simpsons, mate. Come on, Thogdad. Have you drunk too much eggnog? Look, I don't think Ivan Juric is the right man for the Southampton job. Absolutely not. The guy gives me the creeps. He looks like somebody your desperate spinster aunt brings over for Sunday lunch. And you realize he's a nutcase and he starts slurping his tea and proceeds to tell the world that his impure thoughts about the dog of Wallace and Gromit. He definitely looks like the type of strange chap who keeps his mother's thumb in a jar by his bed. But still, even still, despite me thinking this thrice-sacked Genoa boss will be a Southampton failure, even he will have something of a new manager bounce. So yeah, I'll go 1-1. A Hammers goal for Lucas Paqueta from the penalty spot, and then a late equaliser from Tyler Dibbling. 1-1. Wolves versus Man United.
Wolves 2, Man United 2, Guedes, Cunha, Fernandes and Hoyland.
I think Wolves will win. Because, lads, this is not the Manchester United team that is going to bring Amorim success. He needs a complete squad overhaul, and he knows that. You've got a demoralised Manchester United camp who've just been embarrassed at home by Bournemouth, travelling to a spirited Wolves camp who just won a relegation 6-pointer 3-0. Wolves will be the ones absolutely bouncing. So, yeah, I'm going to go for a Wolves win. 2-1. Goals from Mateus Cunha and Gonzalo Guedes versus a late consolation one from Joshua Zirkzee. But just you watch, Man United are gonna lose again. Liverpool versus Leicester.
Liverpool against Leicester now, one of the mismatches of the day. And if you were a proper Irish guy, Michael, you would be supporting Liverpool.
Wait, what? What? Can you imagine if every single Irish person on the planet automatically supported Liverpool? That would be mental. Just 6 million Liverpool fans living on the same island. There'd be no football debates at school, nothing. Just an entire nation of people just agreeing that, yeah, they would love to kiss Fernando Torres on the mouth. Wow, that sounds like a really boring place to live.
Liverpool 3, Leicester 1. Goals from Salah, Diaz and Vardy.
Oh, he's gone for Vardy to score. Great. You want me to have an ice cream shower literally hours after Christmas Day. Well, thankfully for you, this hapless Leicester team have the new manager bounce fully worn off. They have about as much chance of scoring at Anfield as I do of growing a Christmas tree out of my nose. Aussie lads, if the Reds don't smooth out a clean sheet on Boxing Day, then I will pour 10 bowls of Frosties over my head. So yeah, 5-0 Liverpool, Salah with 2, and goals for Alexis McAllister, Cody Gakpo, and Dominic Szoboszlai. Brighton versus Brentford.
Brighton and Hove Albion against Brentford is the Moneyball derby. It's the battle of the owners. But Irish guy, come on, let's just stop a minute. Have you noticed something about me?
Where is he going with this?
I mean, not just the movie star good looks. Have you noticed I've put on a different scarf every single clip? I mean, the amount of effort that's going into this video. I hope you appreciate that, Irish guy. Do you? I mean, really, do you really appreciate what I'm doing for you, mate?
He sounds like my uncle in my shed. I had noticed. I'm just confused how you have so many scarves. I've just worn the same one for nearly 10 years. Honestly, lads, I bought this thing in January 2015. And guess what? I have not washed it once. I mean, Thogdad, yours probably smell like a meadow. Perfectly preened, ironed, washed and groomed. Mine, if you sniff it, it smells like a cat's crotch. Don't ask. But my wife doesn't mind, and that's the main thing. Just wait till you see what I got you for Christmas. What?
Brighton 2, Brentford 1. Mitoma, Rutter and Embuemo.
I'm going to go for a Brentford win because the wheels are slightly coming off for Fabian Hurstler, just like they did for Bobby De Zerbi. So yeah, 1-0 Brentford, Brian and Bemo.
Bournemouth against Crystal Palace now. Bournemouth are riding high. Crystal Palace are struggling. And if things get worse, they might need to bring in a new manager. Maybe they'll bring in Jose Mourinho, or maybe they'll bring someone in who's half decent.
Don't you dare say anything about Jose Mourinho!
Because Irish guy, do you still believe in Jose Mourinho? And if you do you still believe in Father Christmas?
But you're the one who has Santa stockings left out for your kids.
I mean, you're a bit stuck in the past, aren't you? And back in the past, mate, you remember coming to our studio to film a video? You were actually wearing this scarf and it was so unwashed and unloved that halfway through the filming, it got up of his own accord and walked out of the studio. I found it later crying in a corner. Oh, it was horrible, mate, but I adopted it. I washed it, I brought it back to life, and I tell you what, you're not getting it back.
I don't remember any of that happening. Did this man sneak something into my drink? Can someone phone the police?
Bournemouth to win 2-1. Goals from Kluivert and Semenyo and Ismail Assar.
But look, he's back Bournemouth to win. Good. I also think that. 2-0, Ivan Nielsen and Kluivert. Arsenal versus Ipswich.
And finally, Arsenal against Ipswich Town. This is going to be one-way traffic.
He's wearing all the scarves. He's literally wearing all the scarves. He looks like something used to hang your coats. And he's also finally turned on his Christmas tree lights. Good, okay, because before it was looking more depressing than the ending of Titanic. Why didn't that wench make room on her raft?
Arsenal to win 3-0 with goals from Jesus, Havertz and Martinelli.
Look, I think we can all agree that Arsenal are winning this match, of course. 4-0, Martinelli, Trossard, Jesus, and Rice. I feel Grizzly backing him. Anyway, that was Thogdad. Listen, great sport. Great guy. This was a really fun episode. There were so many scarves, and we will see. Will Thogdad be the unlikely hero to scramble his way to the top? Will I have to spend next summer on a road trip with Thogdad? But, any final words?
Irish guy, been roasting you for the last 20 minutes, but you know what? I love you really. You are one of the legends of the game. This one is for me at Christmas. This one is for you. Let's meet up soon and have a few beers. All the best. See ya.
Honestly, what a gent. Good guy, Thogdad. Anyway, that is the end of the video. I hope you all have a great Christmas, guys. Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to get a share. As always, I'll talk shit a while. Who do you want next?